My metamorphosis continues. These are the emotions I crave. Such bravery will live on in me. The Watchers must die so the Void can be reborn.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'll show you how to play the new champion Bel'Veth. So this champion is basically a much stronger version of Master Yi. So to go through the abilities really fast, her passive, every single time you use an ability, then you get stacks of this passive. And while you have stacks, then you're ghosted, and then you also get some bonus attack speed, and every single auto attack is going to consume these stacks. This passive can stack up several times. The other part of the passive, so you do not get attack speed when you level up. Instead, every single time you kill a monster or an enemy champion, you get passive stacks, and these passive stacks gives you permanent attack speed. So in the later stages of the game, you can get absolutely insane attack speed numbers. You start off with a Q here. So these are dashes that deals damage to targets that passes through. And you can dash in 4 different directions. So to clear out the camps, dash once, then get 2 auto attacks off to abuse the passive, then dash again, 2 auto attacks, and then dash again, and so on. You can only dash in one direction once, and then that dash is going to go on cooldown. And then your W is a knock up that also slows, but if you hit an enemy champion with that W knock up, then the dash in their direction will come off cooldown. So abuse that passive attack speed by dashing through all of the monster camps once, then get 2 auto attacks off, then dash again, 2 auto attacks, then dash again. That's how you want to clear. If you look at the ability icon for the Q, you can see that the entire icon, or not the entire, but some part of the icon will be grayed out. That basically means that that dash is on cooldown. You can also see it on the champion, like right around the champion, you can see the small arrows. So if one arrow is down, that means that you cannot dash in that direction. Then you have the E, which is absolutely insane because that gives you 70% damage reduction. That's gonna make her extremely tanky. While giving you that damage reduction, you also get a lot of lifesteal, and then you also focus down the lowest HP target. So that actually also deals a lot of damage. Now we are gonna go for a gank. We did a 5 camp clear into a gank because a clear is pretty slow. So you can see I already dashed to her. I used the 2 dashes that are in front, so I'm not able to dash to her anymore. But if you W them, then one dash in that direction is going to come off cooldown. So when you gank, you want to Q to the target, and then you want to W them, so that Q comes off cooldown again, so you can dash to them once again. So that gank was successful because Master Yi gave us a kill, so that's cool. We go back to clearing. Now this champion, basically a much stronger version of Master Yi in the later stages. You have so much true damage, it's absolutely insane. But that also means that she is very weak in the early game. You need the transformation on your ultimate before she actually becomes the champion. So onto that, you don't want to force 2 versus 2 fights unless your teammate is a lot stronger. Focus on farming up and getting that passive stacked up so you get that bonus attack speed, because you do not get attack speed as you level up compared to a lot of other champions. The only way you get that is by getting takedowns and also farming jungle camps. We're gonna go back to clearing here. We got 1 assist, so that's awesome. You cannot use the Q dash over the wall, guys, but when you are inside your ultimate transformation, then you can. So don't try it while your ultimate is on cooldown, because that is not going to work. Make sure that the Q dash hits all the monster camps just to maximize the damage output. She's basically a cannon minion in the early game, because she needs to scale up. Like, the attack speed and damage on this champion later on is nuts. There's some fighting going on in the bot lane, so we shall go ahead and go for a counter gank. So she's pretty similar to Master Yi. Unfortunately, we're going to die, but she's pretty similar to Master Yi in that she's a hyper carry of the melee champions. She has a lot of damage reduction and she can also become really mobile. On top of that, she's also very tanky with that ultimate. So she's basically a much stronger version of Master Yi. And it is a insanely strong tank shredder. She has so much true damage in her kit. And it is also a champion where you can go AD, like on hit, but you can also go AP because she scales off of both. So you don't have to worry about having a full AD team, because if you do, then you can also opt into AP. We're gonna look for another gank topside, make sure that your W is up. Popping that lens here so you can make sure there's no vision around, and then we just gank from the back. Rengar took out the Quinn and dash, so that should be a free kill. Always dash towards the target, then W, and if you hit the enemy champion, then that Q dash is going to come off cooldown again, giving you another dash. So you can always keep an eye on which Q is ready, like which direction Q is ready, by looking at the champion. Right below there's going to be like a circle thingy around, displaying like this arrow thingy that displays in which direction the dash is ready for. Because you have 4 different directions. And the cooldown of this Q scales off of attack speed, similar to Yasuo and Yone's Q. Now we are level 6. But we cannot use our ultimate yet, because the way we use this ultimate is by getting a champion takedown, or we take down one of the big camps, so like the Dragon, the Rift Herald, the Baron. Onto that we are not able to use that ultimate. But when we have that ultimate, what happens is that this champion is going to transform. When you do transform, you get a lot of bonus stats, like you get a lot of HP, you get a lot of bonus attack range as well. Your DPS becomes absolutely insane. Also, one thing that's really important to know, guys, is that there's a difference between getting your ultimate off of the enemy champions and the big objectives. And every single time you see this champion stack on them, always take it, because you're going to heal up. Like every single time, if you're already in your transformation and you pick up another stack, you're going to heal up and you're going to refresh the duration of your ultimate. So if you get the stack off an enemy champion, this ultimate is only going to last 60 seconds, okay? But if you get the stack off of something like a Baron, then it is going to last 180 seconds. 180 seconds. And on top of that, because the Baron stack is an enhanced stack, meaning that when nearby minions die, then you spawn these voidlings. They're pretty similar to Malzahar's W, but a lot better, because they act like minions, so they're going to tank a lot of damage from the enemy tower, and they also help you push them down a lot faster. So you can get the enhanced stack for your ultimate by taking down the Rift Herald or the Baron. So if you have the chance to do so, then definitely go for it, because that is 180 seconds and you also get that minion buff, which is going to help you out a ton. And in order to pick up a stack, you have to walk close to it and then you have to press your R, okay? And always pick up the stacks when you see them on the ground. We picked up the stack on the Yone, but now we are getting chased down. Also, there's also another thing, besides healing up. When you pick up a stack of that ultimate, you also deal a ton of damage. And that damage is true damage based on the target's missing health. And if you're playing AP Bel'Veth, that damage is even higher, because that true damage part has 100% AP scaling. So you know, if you want to go for that one-shotting part, instead of having insane hypercarry DPS, then you can also go for the AP build. Also, I did mention this early on, but in case you guys forgot it, your Q, when you're not inside your ultimate, you cannot use that to dash over walls with. But the moment you are inside your ultimate, then your Q will let you dash over walls. Really important to know, because it actually makes it a lot more mobile. Focus on clearing out the jungle camps at all times, because you get permanent passive stacks, means permanent bonus attack speed that can just keep stacking up. And that is also why lethal tempo is so good, because of the passive. And the Q as well, because the Q cooldown of your Q depends on the attack speed that you have. So this champion is not very difficult to play, like she's pretty straightforward. The only thing though is that her ability descriptions are like reading a book, like they made it so detailed that I think some people would just fall asleep when they try to read it. So that's why I'm trying to like make it as simple as possible. When you gank, dash towards them, and then you want to W, because then that dash is going to come off cooldown once again. And then you can just finish them off, and then you pick up that stack to transform into that ultimate version. And then your stats are just going to be nuts. Like insane attack speed, a lot more HP, bonus auto attack range, and bonus movement speed out of combat. Like your DPS just becomes nuts, and you will see this later on in the game as we get more items. That's why you can really see the hypercarry version of this champion. So we took down the Herald, and then we pick up that ultimate stack again, and as I told you guys, the Rift Herald and the Baron stack will make it so every single time a minion dies, look at this right now, look at these small voidlings. Every single time a minion dies, then you're going to spawn these voidlings. They're gonna help you push down the lane. They will also tank the tower shots. This only works with the Rift Herald and the Baron. That's the only way you can get these voidlings when a minion dies. You cannot get this off of killing an enemy champion. On top of that, your ultimate is also going to last longer when you take down big objectives and then transform, compared to if you killed an enemy champion and transformed. This is the power of that new champion, and we don't even have our items yet. Just wait and see when we get a lot of attack speed and a lot of on-hit. You're gonna shred absolutely everyone. Even something like a Yone is going to get shredded to pieces. On top of that, you also have that 70% damage reduction. That is insane, man. That is way better than Aurelia's W. And even Master Yi's W as well. Because any assassin or something like a Yone, they can try to burst you down, but if you have that E up, they are not going to deal any damage. And we are getting a massive shutdown of the Yone, so we're gonna push down the tower here. With the Rift Herald. Taking down the Queen because she trolled. I'm gonna end up dying here because damage reduction on the E does not work on true damage. That's how it goes for every damage reduction source in the game. It never works against true damage. So something like a Master E He's really strong right now. But later on, our DPS is going to be nuts. That's why you can really see the potential of this champion. But we are sitting on a big spike right now. We got the shield bow. That is for some tankiness, but you can also go for the Kraken Slayer if you want to. Riot is going to nerf the Kraken Slayer though. But it's still an option. Shield bow is going to make you tanky, that's why we are buying it. Also the passive part of your ultimate. When you consistently damage the same champion over and over, every second auto attack is going to deal bonus true damage. And that can stack up. That is the OP part. That can stack up. So the damage is going to be absolutely crazy. And then you also have the Ginsu's Rage Blade, so you can just constantly auto attack people to death. And when I say can stack up, that is infinite stacks. And you can see we are just perma DPSing people. And then always pick up the ultimate stack, guys. Always pick it up. I have seen so many people just leaving the ultimate stacks on the ground because they think they're already in the ultimate transformation, so they don't need any more ult stacks. That is wrong. Because when you pick up your ultimate stack, the duration of your ultimate is going to reset. You're going to heal as well. And then you get another explosion of that ultimate. So every single time you transform, you get this explosion around you that deals bonus true damage based on their missing health. And this does scale off of AP, so if you go for a full AP build, you can probably one-shot people with this ultimate alone. But I'm going to show you the hyper carry build. And then it also slows when you do the transformation part. Forcing a fight here, you're probably overextending quite a bit. Yeah, that was us going a little bit too ham. I was really fed as well, but that is musty for you. He's just gonna clean up. Like, if you feed him early on in the game, he's just gonna go on a cleaning spree. But that also makes the game a lot more even. And we are pretty much even this game, so that's also a lot more fun to play. Because that means that people will not FF as fast, and then you really get to see how much damage this champion has later on. And that is just not normal damage, that is true damage that just keeps stacking up. So if you hate playing against something like a Yasuo or Yone, this champion is really going to make this a lot better for you because she has way higher DPS. There's a dragon attempt going on. We lost the Drake, but we got the Master E. Guys, the damage on the E. So people think it is only used for damage reduction. The thing is, the damage on this ability is crazy. It is going to focus down the lowest HP target and it's just going to shred them. It almost feels like the DPS that you get from Jinx in her minigun form, you know, when she keeps auto-attacking the same target. That's how your E feels. So it can also help you like clear out the jungle camps faster, but it also does a lot DPS wise on enemy champions. And then you also heal for a ton, as you could see on that skull crab. So if you're low HP, pop that E, you're gonna clear out the jungle camps and you're gonna heal back up. Well, that is a shutdown for Master E. That is not exactly what we want to see here though, because he's also a hyper carry. He can also make the game a lot more difficult for us. We'll just take away his jungle camps. You see that normal passive of ours, we have 72 stacks. That's a lot of permanent bonus attack speed, and this is gonna keep stacking up. So at some point you're going to have insane attack speed numbers that you just one-tap people. And if you're playing as a tank team composition, that's going to be so much more fun. So our teammates are dying everywhere on the map. We should be trying to group though, but before you fight on this champion, make sure that you have your ultimate transformation. Without that transformation, you are not playing a champion. Absolutely make sure that you have that up. They also have a couple champions who are really good at kiting, like the Seri, so yeah, it can be really difficult if you're not able to get close. You have to make sure that you hit your W, because if you don't, your engage is going to be a lot weaker. We got the Wits End now. The purpose of this item, of course, on top of giving magic resistance, attack speed and so on, the on-hit part, combined with Ginsu's Rage Blade and the true damage on your passive auto attacks, this is what makes you a tank shredding machine. The fight starting here. Luckily you managed to turn around and just shred that Master Yi, so now I am in that ultimate transformation again. That is the only point where you actually want to look for fights, is when your ultimate is ready. Sometimes people will come face checking in a bush you are camping in, and then you can burst them down and then get the ultimate, but most cases, fight when your ultimate is up. So there is a delay to that explosion every single time you pick up your ultimate stack. But if you hit somebody with it, that is true damage, that it gets increased based on missing health. This is what this champion is capable of. You have Mythic Item, you have the Ginsu's Rage Blade, you have the Wits End, and just look at that auto attack damage. You're going to shred absolutely everyone, including something like a Yasuo and a Yone. And the thing is, you just keep healing over and over, because every single time you pick up an ultimate stack, on top of dealing more damage and refreshing the duration, you heal up. So always pick them up. Don't just leave them because you see you already have an ultimate up. So you're sitting on a lot of gold here. Now we have a lot of damage, guys, but you also want to make sure we are tanky. Yes, we do get some bonus HP from that ultimate, but that is not enough. We want to get some armor items. And what is the best item? Death Stance. The most OP item because it works against physical damage and also magic damage. And that is a Yone getting shredded to pieces. Refreshing the ultimate. And we can just keep going, guys. We can just keep going. Now we got the kill on the Queen as well. We can just turn that into the Drake. I don't have Smite up though. But just look at that E damage when I use it. You see how fast that low HP dragon got shredded down when it was low HP? That is the damage of my E. But this is a pretty bad play of us, because the Seri is gonna chase us down and kill us. The movement speed of this champion is pretty insane, so not something you want to mess with unless we can easily get close. But we got the Drake. We almost have 100 stacks of that passive. That means insane attack speed numbers, and it is just going to add up and up as you farm camps and also enemy champions. We have the distance now, so we are actually pretty close to getting full build. So because I cannot afford to buy a full item right now, I'm going to buy the next best item, that is the stopwatch, because then I can go super ham, and then I can pop that active so I don't get one shot by a Master Yi or something, and then I can reset the ultimate. This dance is a must-have item, guys, because it gives you damage and it also makes it really tanky. And that has insane synergy with the ultimate as well. The healing up passives of this item and your ultimate when you get a takedown, you're gonna heal up for a ton. So this is a must-have, and this is pretty much the best build there is right now. But you can also use the Kraken Slayer if you want to. That is a bit more risky because you don't have the shield. I can be the one engaging for a team. In this case it is because we have Yasuo, so when I knock somebody up with a W, he can follow up with his ultimate. But at the same time we have a pretty squishy team as well compared to them. Or same as them, basically. So it's honestly whoever gets to burst the other team down first who wins. Israel getting caught. And Rengar also getting blasted down. This is a pretty bad fight that's gonna get us killed once again. Unfortunately, because we tried to fight when Rengar and the Israel was down. So that is an ace for the enemy team. But if we waited for our teammates and went for a 5 vs 5, we could have easily won this. Because there was nobody left to focus the Master Yi down, so he just got to DPS as much as he wanted to. And they are going to get the Baron off of this, which is quite unfortunate because that is going to throw our lead pretty much. So now they are back in the lead. I am going to go ahead and sell the stopwatch and get the anti-healing, because they have a lot of healing. They have a lot of healing on that team. Double shield bow and then a Master Yi as well. So you definitely need some anti-healing because nobody else has it, so I have to be the one to buy it. Now we need to play to catch somebody down, but my ultimate is down. Cause I died, so I need to find a way to get this ultimate back up and running. Preferably you want it to be the Baron or the Rift Herald because that's gonna last a very long time. Also giving you that empowered Voidling bonus. But at this point if you're just going to fight, then just any ult stack is fine. We're gonna go for the Yone here. Gonna wait for him to push in a bit and then we go in. And he's just going to get shredded. Like this, Yone is also pretty strong, but our damage, attack speed with the true damage, that is not something he wants to mess with. And just look at that attack speed I had on the minions as well. You had to watch out here, Master Yi was around. I need somebody to help me out, because it's not going to be a 1 vs 1. Easy peasy, you can Q dash over the walls inside your ultimate duration. That's an easy escape, now we can turn it around. We took down the Zeri. So now one of the DPS sources is down. Did you guys see that damage on the Master Yi? There's no way this is balanced in any way. Like, this is probably one of the champions with the absolute highest DPS in the game we have right now. This is just absolutely crazy, man. Like, if she can keep auto-attacking the same target, you're gonna shred them to pieces. To get a takedown in the fight, then pick up that ultimate stack because you get the health back, and then you also have the death stance to heal even further. Keep doing that, and then you also deal true damage. We're gonna go for the Yone right now. He is so extended. He is not dealing any damage at all. And we are back to full HP almost. Now we will go ahead and get the Immortal Reminder. And also buy that red potion right here because we are full build. So this is the ultimate late game Bel'Veth. This is where she is at her strongest. Any target that you meet, no matter who it is, you're gonna shred them inside your ultimate transformation. Like, it is a champion that can match the highest DPS champions in the game and do it even better. This is a really, like, real melee hyper carry, guys. And we are just shredding everyone. Nobody is escaping, not even the Master Yi. No damage with the Yone because I used my E, so that is 70% damage reduction. And then we picked up the ultimate stack and bam, almost full HP. Just gonna heal straight back up. I highly recommend you guys try it out. She's so fun to play and so broken as well, guys. But this was how to play the new champion. I really do hope this was helpful. If you want to see the AP version, a video of that, then let me know in the comments and I will work on it. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.